Thanks for joining me, WWE fans, viewers of this video. This is Bill Mack here with another edition of Pro Wrestling Unleashed. I'm so glad you folks could join me today as I am doing my latest video, which is the WWE Hell in a Cell previews and predictions show. Like I said, this is the upcoming SmackDown brand pay-per-view, and I've got all the matches here. I'm going to give you them in no particular order and give you my results. So I hope you like it, and maybe you'll agree. And if you have any different kinds of opinions on what you think your predictions may be, hey, feel free to drop them in the comments. I like to read and see what your comments are to the matches, whether you agree with me or you disagree. I was always welcome to enjoy that. So let's get right on into the matches and the pay-per-view. This I know will be leading off the kickoff show. This, of course, is the Hot Bros taking on Benjamin and Gable. The Hot Bros are destined to break up, as we've seen a lot going on behind the scenes since Zack Ryder came back when Mojo Rawley. Remember, Mojo was having his push, but we've seen Zack come back and they haven't really been on the same level and same course. And of course, on the opposite side, Benjamin and Gable are a new tag team. Shelton Benjamin basically came back not too long ago. And remember, Gable, he was part of the American Alpha, but as you remember, Kurt Angle turned out to be Jason Jordan's father, and he went over to Raw to be on there. So this is basically, they look pretty good together. And so for the kickoff show, I feel like Benjamin and Gable are going to pick up the win and to continue progressing as being a force and a tag team division on SmackDown that is a pretty strong division headlined by the New Day and Usos. So I look for Benjamin and Gable to win, and I think this will have somehow either even further the split between the Hot Bros, between Rawley and also Ryder. Up next is a matchup that was just challenged a few weeks ago. We see the glorious Bobby Roode making his pay-per-view debut, taking on Dolph Ziggler, who's going through a entrance identity crisis. I guess you could say he's been his new gimmick has been quite entertaining. At some times, been controversial with some of his entrances, but needless to say, it has been entertaining seeing Dolph as Dolph seems to wind down. I don't think he's ever going to hit that upper card status again. But hey, we at least try to be entertaining no matter what you're doing. But I know this being Bobby Roode's debut, I see Bobby Roode end up winning this and getting his first victory at the pay-per-view. So I look for Bobby Roode to get a glorious win in this matchup. Up next is a match really nobody really cares about. Randy Orton's taking on Rusev again. I just see Randy Orton winning this. Rusev, they tried to make him seem something big when he came back. Maybe Randy's just not the guy. Randy's already frustrated with his booking. He said he wanted to rather be a heel. He's about ready to be a heel. It's so much easier for him to be a heel than it is being a babyface. So maybe Randy gets the win and we see him turn heel sooner or later. Up next, we have a SmackDown Women's Championship matchup. We have Natalya, the champion, taking on Charlotte Flair. Remember, this has been a good feud back and forth. Charlotte, of course, won her matchup to gain to be the number one contender. I look for Charlotte to actually win the title. I think Natalya's had a decent mini run, you could say, here, and I think that she's done a good job. She's been a mentor for a long time, and I think she's due for this championship run that she's had. But I think now it's the time. Charlotte's been waiting for a while, as other women have had the title, and she's just now getting it. So I think Charlotte's going to win and become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Up next, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The New Day as champions, taking on the Usos. I see the New Day retaining. I said I love the Usos gimmick, but I just think that for somehow the New Day are going to go their sneakiest ways that they have been doing and that they used to do on Raw before they left Raw, and I think they're going to end up winning and retaining their titles. So look for New Day to retain the titles going in, leaving the pay-per-view. Up next, we have a U.S. title match between the U.S. champion AJ Styles taking on the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. I thought this has been a good feud. If you're not going to give Baron Corbin lost a lot of steam being upper card push that he was getting and losing out on the Money in the Bank, and then we turn around and see him now challenging AJ. I think that AJ has done an awesome job with the U.S. title. I think there's no doubt with his athleticism. Some have called him one of the best pro wrestler in wrestling today, which I agree with that. I feel that Baron, needs some kind of push, whether it's going to be a mid card title, give him the U.S. Championship, let that U.S. Championship make him, let it, defy him, and let him, get some credibility with that. I know Cena had a lot to do with what he was saying that Baron wasn't ready, and Baron ended up losing a whole lot of steam, but it doesn't hurt to have him have a mid-card title to kind of establish some credibility to who he is to getting that push. He needs to win the U.S. Championship to have that, and I think that's what's going to happen, whether it be by interference, by cheating. I look for Baron Corbin to get the title from AJ Styles and be the new U.S. champion. So you say, wow, Bill, a lot of title changes. Yeah, but I think they're due time for this pay-per-view. They're not going to hold off as much of these and wait till one of the bigs comes along. Up next, we got Jinder Mahal, the WWE champion, taking on Shinsuke. Now, this one, folks, for the WWE Championship, this one's 50-50. I've got split why I think both of them could win the title. This is a coin flip, so trust me. This wasn't one that I made lightly, and I kind of went back and forth in who I felt was going to win. I just think that maybe it's like I know Shinsuke, is due. He's gotten there. Vince is not quite his promo work needs a lot of work, and that's where Vince really worries about Shinsuke at. Jinder's been a decent champion since he's become champion. He's had the championship since January, so trust me, folks, he's had the title for a while. He's had a good lengthy time, and he's narrowly defeated, those in his path. Maybe Shinsuke, I'm going to go on a limb and say maybe Shinsuke wins this. And if he doesn't, it's not a surprise to me, because maybe Jinder wants to hold it until Survivor Series and then lose it on one of the big four. But if they're going to India too in December, so they may want to keep the title on him until December. But I'm going to go with my dark horse matchup and say that Shinsuke is going to win the WWE Championship on the pay-per-view. And last, and maybe it won't be the last matchup on the pay-per-view, but who knows? It's a Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens in a Falls Count Anywhere Hell in a Cell matchup. And we all know Vince loves to put Shane in these Hell in a Cell matches. Remember, Kevin Owens berated Shane. He talked bad about his family. He sat there and attacked his dad. And, him and his dad have had cross paths, back and forth. But when it comes to family, Shane's a family man. So he's standing up for his family. And I feel like, I feel like Shane will put on a good show, but I feel like Kevin Owens is going to win. There's no reason for Kevin Owens to lose to Shane. I mean, AJ beat him, and he put on a good storyline. He's put on a good storyline with Kevin Owens. I just think that Kevin Owens is going to get this championship. So those are basically what my predictions are so far. Is Benjamin and Gable are going to get the win. Glorious Bobby Roode's going to get the win. Randy Orton's going to get the win. Charlotte's going to become the new women's champion. New Day is going to retain their titles. Baron Corbin's going to become the new WWE U.S. champion. Jinder Mahal is going to lose to Shinsuke. Shinsuke is going to become the new WWE champion. And I think Kevin Owens is going to win the Hell in a Cell matchup. So those are basically my choices. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you agree, hey, let me know. If you disagree, let me know as well what you think your choices will be for the matchup. So, like I said, folks, I hope you enjoy the pay-per-view. I think it'll be a really good pay-per-view, a lot of good matches, and potential title changes that could potentially happen within this pay-per-view. So, until next time, like I said, if you like this video, drop a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me if you can, and share this video. Until next time, we're Pro Wrestling Unleashed. This is Bill Mack saying, take it easy.